We all know aging is inevitable, and everyone ages differently. Some people age faster than others, but most people would desire to slow the process, to prolong their youthful appearance, and to enjoy a lengthy health span. A factor of aging lies within our genetics, hence predetermined. We can influence the way we age by adopting a conscious lifestyle and limiting exposure to environmental toxins. In this video, I will highlight 7 key factors that significantly influence aging and suggest lifestyle choices that can minimize or slow the aging impact. Hi, I'm Dr. Francisca Osage. Thank you for joining me on Francisca on Health Matters. With regards to age and aging, I will call your attention to 2 concepts: chronological age and biological age. For chronological age, this is your true age as reflected by your date of birth. For example, someone born December 1st, 2000 will be 24 in December 2024. For biologic age, this indicates how well your body has functioned or functions compared to your chronologic age. It is a metric that can also predict the risk of developing certain medical conditions. It reflects lifestyle, genetics, and overall health. Essentially, it tells us how old we look. Biological age can be calculated using physiological parameters such as blood biomarkers, such as complete blood count, C-reactive protein, and also assessments of environmental influences and behaviors on genes, known as epigenetic studies. Many people, I included, would desire a case of a chronological age matched with a biological age, and better still, a chronological age exceeding a biological age, as this can be an indication of optimal health attainment. Now we appreciate these concepts, let's look at 7 crucial aging influences. Remember, these are likely to affect your biological age and not your chronological age. Let's start with food. The nature of our diet has a very important role in the aging process. An author by name Dan Buettner explored regions worldwide known for longevity. There were clusters of regions with significant numbers of people over the age of 100 years, and still a considerable number without health issues like obesity, heart disease, or diabetes. These similarities existed in these clusters, referred to as blue zones, despite their geographical and cultural differences. He observed significant similarities in their diets. He discovered the common consumption of diets that were mostly plant-based and rich in fiber, with a preference for whole foods over processed ones. These kinds of foods are notable for their antioxidative effects and restorative and repairing functions. On the other hand, some foods, when consumed over prolonged periods, can harm the body due to their toxic and inflammatory effects on tissues, accelerating aging. Such foods include foods with highly refined sugars, such as sugary cereal, baked goods, fried foods, especially due to elevated levels of trans fat, highly processed foods, such as ham, bacon, and hot dog, foods made from refined flour, such as baked goods and pasta. You have alcoholic drinks, sodas, and other sugary beverages such as fruit juices. As opposed to these foods, we can consciously pick foods known for their antioxidative as well as their anti-inflammatory effects. Foods that are rich in minerals and vitamins. Vitamins such as vitamin C and E, known for their antioxidative effects. Vitamin D, known for its anti-inflammatory effects. There's also minerals like magnesium, zinc, selenium, known for supporting cellular function and tissue repair. Let's not forget the importance of fiber for promoting digestive health, reducing inflammation, and lowering the risk of chronic diseases. And this contributes to overall well-being and longevity. Number 2, habits or lifestyle. Studies also show certain habits or lifestyle accelerate aging. Their mechanisms in causing aging are varied, so I will not go into any detail, but just mention these familiar habits. and these are unhealthy eating, from excessive caloric intake to extremely limited or restrictive intake, non-exercise, also being too inactive, cigarette smoking, alcohol consumption, poor sleep. The opposite practice can counter these effects, that is, cultivating a habit of eating a well-balanced diet, regular exercises, avoiding cigarette smoking and alcohol consumption, having adequate rest and good sleep, and there are other beneficial habits like regular drinking of water, surrounding oneself with good friends and loved ones, and timely clinical visits for wellness check, that is preventive care, including dental visits. Number 3, immune status. This refers to the readiness of our body's defense system to protect us from both internal and external assaults that could present as infections, inflammations, or trauma, usually in the form of injury. Now, certain foods are known to boost the body's immune system, and these include fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, whole grains, lean protein, fermented foods, herbs and spices. Due to genetic predisposition, some people are prone to autoimmune diseases. Also keep in mind the importance of vaccination, which help boost immune status and can reduce their likelihood to succumb to certain infections. Number 4, environment. This can be due to effects of pollutants in the environment, both in air and water. Also included as harmful and causing aging are unprotected exposure to harmful radiation waves. Example, the UV rays of the sun. There is also continuous exposure to harmful chemicals and toxins in foods, plastic bottles, creams, and cosmetics. For mitigation, be aware of your environment, and being an advocate for environmental safety goes a long way to addressing the environmental effect. Have good sunlight exposure, but utilize good sunscreen products effectively. Number 5, genetics. Studies have found some genes to have a protective role against certain aging factors and conditions. Example, the cyclic gene, which helps with the control of inflammation. The ApoE2 gene, which has been shown to lower the risk of Alzheimer's, and this is said to be present in just 5% of the population. Now, similarly, certain genes can predispose individuals to a higher risk of specific conditions. An example is the ApoE4 gene, which creates a higher risk for Alzheimer's. That said, lifestyle can help modify some predispositions that can arise from the genetic makeup. Number 6, stress. Be it physical or mental, a life constantly bombarded with stress causes chronic elevation of stress hormones such as cortisol, and this over time can predispose one to major health risks of heart diseases and hypertension. This also highlights the importance of having rest and periodic time offs from stressful events or situations. Number 7, unconscious mannerisms. Now, some might categorize this under habits, but I've decided to make this exclusive to bring to consciousness and intention. Certain mannerisms we unconsciously embrace can predispose to signs and symptoms associated with aging. Our recognition of these mannerisms can help us reduce the risks as we can learn to consciously curb out these mannerisms. What are they? There's facial expressions of constant frown. Over time, this can contribute to skin wrinkling due to muscle contraction, especially on the forehead and eyebrows. There's poor posture, such as slouching when standing, leaning over when sitting, There's poor gait or walk. Now, over time, this could lead to a spinal column malalignment. There's also overuse of makeup cosmetics, and I'm guilty of this one too. Over time, the skin becomes easily prone to wrinkling, especially because of chemical exposure. So there you have it. We still can create more items in this list that can affect aging, either accelerating or slowing the process of aging. But most of this will require being mindful and disciplined. And trust me, I too am learning to be mindful and intentional. That said, I wish you the best in striving to attain the most of your years and aging gracefully. Again, I hope you found this informative and educative. And if you have, please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.